you will not be honorable. As the chairman of the major opposition political party, he ought to be showing the world what his political party would stand for if and when they regain power. Otherwise, his conduct alone can make people who ordinarily would have loved to support that political party to turn around to say, they are not honorable men there. Look at their chairman, and so on and so forth. See what their chairman is doing. He will tell us one thing and mean another thing. But if you look at certain things happening or that have happened recently, it would seem that along the line thing, that's very sad. You say one thing, I will do this. You made, like the APC made all kinds of campaign promises, and when they entered, their presidential candidate, who is now the Oga chief driver, turned around to say, no, I didn't say so. It was said by APC. I don't know if Oga chief driver is different from his party. You find Professor Ayu now bringing similar tendencies into the PDP. What we used to know the PDP for in those days, before they became tainted with APC elements, was that PDP tried to do whatever they promised. They didn't always succeed, but they made a better show of it than APC, by far better. So I expect that if he made such a promise, he should quit that office today and apologize even for having waited until he was reminded before leaving.
All right, Professor Charles, I know you've been here for quite a long time and you've seen political administrations, both that of the PDP, we've seen them, you've seen that of the APC. Do you think becoming a political party chairman is more important than winning an election, maybe setting the administration of the nation?
No, it's about the concept and understanding of these individuals at play. Now we're talking about individuals here who don't care about the progress of their own nation, the progress and growth of their own political structures and political development, and people who don't care about what the physical, economic, and social conditions of the inhabitants of their own nation or countries might be, provided they are in power, provided they retain the office that is in question, and continue to revolve this around this same confine of self and selfishness. That is the problem. And that is why Nigeria has not made any significant progress in over 60 years. A country that was ahead of both South Korea, both Singapore, both Malaysia, both Indonesia, by 1960, is today still operating as a refuse dump, still operating as a Sahel nation. Don't forget that nations like Singapore, nations like the United Arab Emirates, UAE, that's Dubai and Abu Dhabi, happen to be mere refuse dumps less than 50 years ago. And people were able to pull these places out of the dungeon, pull them out of the gutter, and establish them even to now have a more vibrant economies, more vibrant political systems, more vibrant technological systems, better than even Europeans and the Americans. I mean, not American people. Now, somebody wants to sit in a particular position and his party will sink and its administration and extensions will make no meaning and command no development, so that he sits there, collects all the little monies he can get from around himself, embezzle it with his friends, and I think it's okay as long as, and that is, most of these people, the most embarrassing thing that most of these people are trained in some of the best universities and colleges around the world, and they've lived in foreign places and they've seen how things are done. Yet here, I don't know the virus that's having its effect on us, all of us. I don't know.
Okay, Councillor, I want to look at a letter that was purportedly written by the South-South chairman of the same political party, because recently we've had a lot of zonal chairmen returning huge amounts of money, asking the national chairman to send. This one is an example. I read out the letter and you take it from there. He said, "Dear Dr. Iyochia Ayo, my attention has been drawn to a damaging trending story reported in the Nation newspaper by Yusuf Ali on September 26, 2022, titled Disquiet PDP National Working Committee over 10 billion nomination fees, among several other allegations. He alleged that members of the NWC were offered 28 million naira to gloss over scandalous financial misappropriation. To my shock and surprise, it has been confirmed to me by my bank the sum of 28,800,000 naira has been credited to my account by the party. I hereby notify you of my decision to pay back the money to the party's bank account. Please kindly confirm receipt of Zenith Bank manager's check of 10 million, another 10 million and 880,000 naira. Total 28,800,000 naira. With account number here written, he said
that their statements, confessional as it were, remain evidence against them until whosoever is equally affected decides to adopt the same. But if we look at the trending issues and put things into perspective, things that have happened recently, he's not the first to return such money. What is now playing out is that the party or some individuals within the party hierarchy went ahead to pay money into the accounts of some other leaders of the party to achieve a particular purpose. You can only guess as to the purpose. Maybe to shore up support for the chairman to remain in office. But as the heat is piling on, and as more evidence is coming forth, when Wike was shouting initially, a lot of people thought that he was just a bad loser, a poor loser, a sore loser. But with some evidence coming up, and as it were threatening to drag everybody down, people are letting go of the chairman, and you will soon see a situation where he will remain alone. All the people that had received money to lend support may, you know, after returning, because if you have been offered a consideration to do something and you've given it up and you say, I don't want to be party to it, it also means you've decided to do the right thing, and the right thing might be, Oga, go. Since on your own, you had given this undertaking last year that, look, if somebody from the north comes up, I will also quit. And it was on the basis of that that he got overwhelming support. Now that somebody from the north has emerged, we are not taking down the presidential candidate, but the chairman should do the needful. He should do that which is honorable. So that is what I think is playing out. Remember, this is speculation on our part.
Yes, and Professor Charles, and even before that, Wike quoted a particular amount that a particular presidential aspirant gave out to this man. And we all saw this as a mere accusation. With what is playing out, do we agree, or do we say, yes, that this is why this man has remained in that seat, even without considering the highest position in the nation, which is the presidential seat?
No, you see, Dr. Ayu's position is a national embarrassment.